Hi, folks. This is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, one of the things I think I'm remiss in not discussing as much as probably I should, and that is the role that fishing can play in the family. And let me tell you a specific thing that has brought this to mind, a story that I wanted to tell you anyway. But really, the emphasis on this story is the role fishing can play with a family. Now, my buddy that I've talked to you a lot about in the past, Dave Swanson, that a lot of you already knew from all his life up here as president of North Country Savings Bank. But anyway, Dave now lives on Cayuga Lake, and last week he took his sister Lois and her husband Stuart, who have a business down there that keeps them busy all the time. But he took them fishing out for lake trout. Now, at this point, Stuart had hardly ever fished in years because he never got a chance. So he goes out on the boat with Dave, and lo and behold, he hooks a lake trout. And Dave said the change in his character, in his personality, he went from being quiet and subdued and controlled to like a little kid that he kept yelling out, "Holy!" Dave thought he was yelling out, "Holy cow," but he was yelling out, "Holy something else. I don't know now," but he kept going on, and he got so excited, and he finally got the fish to the surface, and when the fish came to the surface and splashed, he went into another stage of excitement. Dave said he'd never seen anything like it, and eventually they got the fish in, and Stuart said, "My gosh, that's the biggest fish I've ever caught in my life." And the thrill, the look on his face, Dave said, if I could have captured that forever. But here's a deeper part of the story. Dave told me that his sister Lois, he has provided her with a lot of the first fishing experiences in her life. He brought her up to the St. Lawrence River, and they went out with Mike Seymour fishing walleyes, and she caught this giant walleye, well over 30 inches long, just a giant, and the picture still reigns supreme on one of their walls down on Cayuga Lake. Then he took her one day fishing for largemouth bass. She had never caught one, especially using a horny toad on the surface. Then, a year later or so, he brought her to the Grass River or the Little River or one, and she caught her first muskie. These things have reigned so key in their life. The fact that a brother could take his sister out after they got much older and gone through their individual lives and have her start experiencing and enjoying things that she never would have had a chance to do before. I think this is absolutely wonderful. And again, I talked to somebody recently. I was doing a radio show in Meissner with Donnie Despo, a monthly radio show that I do with him there. And we were talking about bullhead fishing. And I said, it's not so much about the bullhead feeds that we used to have. It's a fact that families can get together in the spring and fishing can bring joy to them. You know, fishing is a lot more than fishing. It's a way for people to. And again, I know I go philosophical and I talk about these things on the show often, but let's keep it very simple. Fishing can bring joy to people in ways that they never would have imagined, and it's a lot more than catching a fish. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.